We're going to play a game here, guys. Let's play a game. Let's bring some politics into finance, into culture. Let's get into this. So what the question we're going to find out right now is, who do you guys think has been the best president for the stock market in the last 25 years? Nat, I'm going to test your IQ here.
Okay.
I know Laura knows. Can you name all the presidents that go back 25 years?
No.
Yes, you can. You can do this.
25
Every president since you've been alive. Why'd you quickly say no? How about this? Who's the president now?
Biden.
Joe Biden.
Well, that's a
Great.
deep question. I mean, who's actually the
There's
president?
Laura. Who was the president before Biden?
Trump.
I didn't hear you.
Trump.
You could talk.
Trump.
Trump. There you go. Can we make sure our mics are working or our vocal cords are working? Before Trump, who was the president?
Obama.
It was Obama.
Yes.
Now, who was the president before Obama?
I got a brain fart. I don't know.
It was Bush, right?
Yes.
It was Bush.
Was it Bush?
Yes.
I thought it was.
That's his
George
fallback.
W.
Like,
Bush.
I don't know any
Guys,
was before-
those are all the presidents.
I was thinking Clinton, which is actually. I'm not gonna
So
say.
after Clinton
not gonna say.
was Bush.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Do you want the answer of the all-time high
Before before
Okay.
All-time high what?
before Clinton.
for the? No, go ahead.
it
Go
was
ahead.
Listen, guys. Before we can have this conversation, I think it's important as Americans, we know who the goddamn president is.
I hope so.
Okay.
Can I just
So-
bust this thesis
Yeah.
before you even ask
No,
it?
no, you can't.
No.
But that's the whole point of this. So
Damn.
we want to know, what president do you think has been the best for the markets on paper? Now, Tim's probably going to say something to the effect of, well, the president isn't really responsible for moving the markets. And what happens is it's a macroeconomic, socioeconomic status that has many different KPIs and key performance indicators. And usually the
America.
president can't be
I was just
attacked.
going to say one word, America.
There you go.
That too.
America
Thank
is
you.
moving forward. The
Thank
president
you.
doesn't matter. I'm sorry.
That's true. But there's also a resume and a track record. So, in your opinion, who do you think has been the best for the stock market in the last 25 years? Now, I will say that the market has just reached an all-time high with Joe Biden. So, who do you think has been the best? Is it Biden? Is it Trump? Is it Obama? Or is it Bush? What do you think, Laura Padrino?
No, don't say in my opinion. I'm gonna say yes. Trump.
Trump. You're biased, though.
No, I wouldn't
You
say
got your
that-
MAGA hats behind your seats. I
that's
see
like,
it.
No, don't put that out there, okay? I'm a conservative, not a Republican. Okay, so
You said you're a conservative, not a Republican.
yeah,
There's a
we're not
difference.
talking about.
Yes, we
we
are.
go.
Okay,
What do you mean? That's exactly what we're talking about.
okay. Well, no, what I'm saying is I'm not like MAGA. Okay, we're not going there. That's
Okay.
like a whole thing. But I'm saying I'm not biased in that. I'm just saying everybody was talking about how great things were financially when Trump was.
That's true.
So it's not my.
But we do miss those
opinion,
mean
it's my-
tweets. We
it's
got to
my
have them.
guess.
That was
Nat,
entertaining.
It's
Yeah.
my guess.
we spent way too much time seeing if you knew who the presidents were, but we got it now.
Yeah.
Who do you think
Who's your guess?
is your guess for where the markets perform the best?
I would say Trump.
You would say Trump.
Yes.
Okay. Amy.
I think I'm gonna be wrong.
I
but-
have no clue. I literally have no
Well,
idea.
the
I wanted
beautiful
to
thing
answer
here,
that.
If I had
but
to
the beautiful
guess-
thing is there's only 4 people to choose from.
Sure. Okay. So if we're going off like the
So
greed,
Malik, do a little poll. Who they think it was?
if we're going off,
Biden, Trump, Obama, Bush.
I think.
if we're going off the greed and fear index, right? So technically on paper it should be Biden right now if everybody is extremely greedy, but that's when Buffett says that you should be fearful. So who knows what's awaiting us?
I feel like you just completely BS'd that answer.
Pretty good,
You're
right?
like,
And you did great while
you
doing it.
Kamala Harris,
So
that answer.
who's your vote? Biden. You voted Biden.
No, I'll go with Trump as well.
You're going
45. All right, 45.
Tim Sykes.
All right.
Tim.
I'll tell you. I mean, I don't know exactly
Yeah.
where the Dow and the S&P was like when each president started. So like, it's tougher to go up percentage-wise now because the markets are higher. So I really don't know whether it's Trump or Obama because like
Right.
both of them did very well in
Right.
terms of stock market. So are we going numerically? Are we going percentage-wise? Are we
Percentage.
going for
Percentage.
percentage?
Then
Percentage growth.
I mean, I just have to go against everyone. I'd have to say
Yeah,
Obama.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
then it's
Okay.
Obama.
I don't know.
If that's
So we
the
got-
case,
I literally
because
don't know.
Obama was elected during the time when we were in with the recession. So he had to go all the way up.
I don't
my
know these
research.
specific.
You know, I've noticed something
my
about
research.
I've noticed something about Nat,
working.
and this is interesting, and I want you crowd to pay attention to this. When Nat is not sure, she talks like this. Yeah.
Because I know you like to dunk on me, and I'm
think-
like, I know my answer,
You just
but
have to
let
say
me
what you
just
think.
be
She
reserved.
goes, I go, who was the president? It was Obama. I think it was Trump. I think the president.
I act better when you support
I
me.
think the president was George
And then when
Bush.
she's
need
confident,
support.
She's good. It was Obama, bro. It was straight up Obama.
Because I did
I remember
research.
when motherfucking Barack
I did
showed up. It's like, pick a path, woman.
Well, it's
Could you be any more antithetical? It's like bipolar. It's like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Obama.
you're like
Pick one.
confident. The
Sandler,
confident.
Billy
This is also an
You
area.
noticed this, Tim. I mean, you've been communicating with her all week,
I mean, you do a good impression.
but it's like it's
no,
either like
that was Adam Sandler. That is
Yeah.
not Nat.
Adam Sandler. It was like
You're like, Jimmy.
With you. I just want you to know.
I just
in
want you
topics
guys,
like
guys,
this.
you know,
all
say in
Jewish
the
people,
chat if you
Jewish
noticed
people
this.
doing impressions. We all sound like Adam Sandler.
Oh, we went there.
We all
it's a-
sound like Adam
Nat.
Sandler when we do
But
impressions.
here's the thing: when we have topics when it comes
Yeah.
to like money and these type of touchy topics, you're unsure numbers. Like
yeah, of course.
you're not always confident in maybe the things that you're doing. That's why I always ask, where do you get your research? Who do you
All right,
confide
enough
in?
of you.
You're
Say it with
fine.
your chest.
But the
now.
thing is,
That's
though,
what I'm
at
saying.
the end of the
Guys, let me
day-
give some answers
Give
here.
us
You're
the
fine,
answer.
Nat.
So
That-
you sort of half-heartedly say, I think it was
It was
Trump.
But
Tim
Obama.
Sykes, financial expert, shows up. Now you're like, it was Obama, dog. I
Oh,
remember.
yeah, it
I don't know.
was.
Okay.
I literally
He doesn't
don't
even
know.
know.
I'm biased. I like.
There we go.
Going against the
Well, let's
crowd.
get the crowd some
I have to
answers
go
here.
against the crowd.
I feel like
Okay,
sorry for doing
okay.
stand-up comedy bits. So obviously, since the stock market hit 38,000, it's an all-time record. S&P's an all-time record since Biden's inauguration, which was January of 2021. The S&P is up 22.5%. Not bad.
Not bad.
Right? The typical average is 10% year over year, right? However, his performance lags behind the most recent presidents at a similar point in their terms. So, former President Donald Trump had a stronger market performance during his first term.
Right.
We all know that at the end of his first term, there was a little thing called something with a demic.
Yep.
There was a pandemic out there, so that ate into Trump's returns. Also, President Obama had way better returns at Biden. Stock market performance under Biden doesn't measure up to that under Obama or Trump. And then Bush, not as much. So here's what I'm going to show you what's going on in the markets. Malik, do we have that chart?
Yes, sir.
So for all you people that bet on certain people, let's get the drum roll of results real quick. So here we go. George W. Bush, he started his term on January 20th, 2001. 2001, we know what happened 9/11 that year. The market was up 20% at that point. Is that what that says?
So it looks like it
Yes.
was Obama.
Does that say
It was
negative though?
Negative 20.45%.
Negative 20.45.
It was negative 20. Gotcha. I can't see so much.
I got
His
you.
second term, it was also what?
Negative. Oh, well, it was 24.8.
It was
Like
up
25%.
24.
Yes.
Malik, double check my old man eyes. It was down 20% the first term.
Right. And
Yep.
then
Up
24%.
24%.
Yeah.
Okay. Because when he ran for election, they're like, holy moly, the 9/11, the stock market, what's going on here? He got reelected, and the market attempted to have a comeback. Next thing you know, financial crisis. We all know what happened there. The market, I think, was down 40% at one point. He ended his term. Barack Obama shows up. Throw that back on the thing. This girl, Natalia, out here, all of a sudden, she gets some like confidence out there. She's screaming, she's yelling. He was up 50% in his first term.
Yes.
50%, and he ran it back 37% his second term.
Right.
So the markets did great
Yeah.
under Obama. Wow. You know, they threw a lot of money into that thing.
Right.
Trump shows up, crushes the market, not like Obama, but crushes it 39%. But by the way, I gave a note. How much was the market down during COVID? That's going to have an effect because he was the only president that was a one-term president on that list until we see what happens to Joe Biden. Currently under Biden, 22.5%. So if we're just going on straight returns, Tim Sykes wins. It was Obama.
Sykes wins.
But it
It was
doesn't
Obama.
matter. Like,
Yes.
you guys have to understand, it doesn't matter as much. We're all in America. This is the most successful,
Right.
most, like, the richest society in the history of mankind. We are all benefiting from it. So you put these political leaders, they say a few things good and bad that people disagree with. We're all in America. Like, until something major happens, like, okay,
Right.
we have diseases, we have terrorist attacks, those are pretty major, but they still haven't really altered our trajectory, which is crazy. Like, we are on such a strong path compared to the rest of the world. If you look at China, real estate crashed. If you look at Europe, like, you have the big Russia problem. If you have Africa, you can't really trust a lot of the numbers. Like, America is the only safe haven to go. So we're crushing it. You have these different presidents, they're really just not going to affect that stuff that much. And again, if you have mutual funds and you're up 10%, 20%, fantastic, but it's not going to change your life that much, especially if you have like $5,000. If you have $5,000 and you're up 10%, woohoo, I'm making 500 on the year. Oh, this is a great year. We're up 20%. You're making 1,000 instead of 500. What is that? One fun night out in Miami? Like, it's nothing. So you have to try to go bigger. The biggest thing that none of us are talking about is inflation and how the value of the dollar has gone down and all the normal costs are up so much. So you can save $1,000, you can save $10,000, but what does $10,000 buy you now versus what did it buy you when Obama was in charge?
But wouldn't you say, though, when it comes to like the president who is, currently running, that also affects the level of trust that the people have to even make certain investments?
I mean, America business is going to do what it does. Like,
Right, but if you have someone like a
America
Trump in
gonna
there,
do what America gonna
but
do.
if you have someone like a
current
Trump in there
president-
versus like maybe somebody who's not.
You'll have tax credits, you'll have, propaganda, you'll have more press releases, you'll have more parades. That's cool. But like, it just doesn't matter. Like, even our current president doesn't really respect Tesla. I don't know if you've seen with the electric
He
vehicles.
doesn't even invite
congratulates everybody.
Elon Musk to the.
For electric vehicles, and he's
Right.
congratulating all
Crazy.
the other electric vehicle makers. So like, you say, oh, this is stupid, but Tesla keeps growing, right? Like, Amazon can do what he wants. Like, American business and entrepreneurship is thriving.
So
now
that's-
with NVIDIA and AI, like, we are inventing everything. And
But
this is the beautiful thing that we're in.
So that's why I question, like, wouldn't it kind of affect if we have a president that does support businesses and entrepreneurship in running? That would affect more of a positive market.
It might.
I feel like it goes back to what we were talking about earlier. It would probably more so affect the foreign exchange market versus the stock market, right? If you have a president who's making poor decisions that's driving the actual value of the currency down, that's very different versus the stock market. Because when it comes to the stock market, there are entire communities and conglomerates that can collaborate around a certain company or idea or project and drive up the value. It comes down to human emotions versus when you're looking at currencies, like, that is going to be more so determined by, the trajectory of the government, the financial decisions that they're making, XYZ.
There's
right?
also just a lot of moving pieces too. So like, you might get tax credits, business credits. That's very good. Certain presidents like that. But then there's also Forex, and there's also, just different issues geopolitically, right? So like, some presidents are very focused on America first, America only, and then our alliances suffer. But maybe when we support the war in Ukraine, which is very unpopular, but we're actually really benefiting from it. Europe is getting hurt worse because they're right next to Russia. So the war in Ukraine actually benefits American economy, especially American energy, a lot. So like, there's all these little moving pieces, but overall the trend is up. We're inventing everything. America rocks.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. If you like that one, click right here to watch the full SOSCAST. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel.